I'm back for the first time in literally a year, and this is what my hair looks like now, because last time I had a video it was a pixie cut, and here's an update from that, because I said I wanted to grow it out in my last video, I think, and now I've grown it out, and I'm gonna share what it's like growing it out. So I took notes again because I get sidetracked really easily, and I have tips for whenever you grow it out. Yay. So I started to grow my hair out a year ago, almost 2 years ago, and this is how long it is. I think it's about 14 or 15 inches, and I got a lot of struggles growing it out. So I'm gonna inform y'all on what it's like growing it out. And I'm really awkward, so yeah, okay. So one thing I noticed the most about growing your hair out is you have to get a lot of haircuts. And that's because whenever you grow your hair out from a pixie cut, the front is normally longer than the back, but I've noticed whenever you grow it out, the back is longer than the front. So you have a mullet. And the mullet phase is the worst phase in my opinion, and that's why I got so many haircuts. I got haircuts like once a month, and I didn't really care where I went. I even went to Great Clips a few times because they're cheaper and they're pretty much everywhere where I live. So I went to Great Clips a lot, and I don't recommend going there because they're horrible from what I've experienced. I'm sure there's great ones. Don't bash me. I'm sure there's great ones, okay? But yeah, okay. And while I had to get all those haircuts, I had the biggest struggle of wanting it to get longer and longer and longer. And one thing that helped me, like, from how long it's gonna get, I estimated it, because there's usually 1 month or 1 inch of hair growth whenever your hair grows every month. So if my hair was to here, that does happen, your hair gets to here. If my hair was to here, I'd be like, okay, at the end of this month or at around the time of next, at the end of the month, it should be to about here. So I would do that. Or if my hair was to here, which was cute for me, I would be like, okay, it's gonna go down to here. And that helped me a lot with the hair growth, because I would be like, oh, I can't wait for it to get down to here because then it'd be more cute and I could put my hair up. Yeah. And the thing that got me the most was the fact that my hair was growing. I was so used to the pixie cut, so a few times every few months I'd be like, oh, I want to cut it again because it was cute like that and I liked that. So I'd be like, Mom, I want to cut my hair again, and she'd be like, oh, I thought you wanted to grow it out, and I'd be like, I do, but no, I don't. I want it to be short again. And she was just like, okay, just give it a little bit of time and see if you want it to be that long. Always have that person, if you're committed to growing your hair out, always have a person to be like, well, let's see how you feel in a few days. And I don't know, there's some people that do want their hair to be longer, but they can't get through that urge, so they cut it all off again. Thank God I wasn't like that. And one thing that I actually found that was actually pretty good about like growing your hair out from a pixie cut and all that is you get to find a new style. So I every day would have a new hairstyle and people would be like, oh, that's cute, and I'd be like, I know, it's so great. But I always thought that was quite fun because I never really liked putting my hair up before I got my pixie cut. So whenever I started to grow my hair out, I would put it up more and I'd be like, oh, I actually like that. It's just finding a new style that I really like. I thought that was pretty interesting to see how much I've changed over the 2 years of having a pixie cut. And I actually like putting my hair up now. But I do have tips. The first tip I have is if you dye your hair like I do, you see, dye my hair, don't dye your hair while you're growing out your pixie cut because you don't realize how fast it grows until you see that line of demarcation. And it's really awkward because if you dye your hair darker like I do, and there's that blonde mark of demarcation, it's really awkward, and people are like, huh, you're a blonde? And I'd be like, no, but it's obvious. And it's especially if you had a pixie cut that was around your forehead like this. Whenever your hair starts to grow out, you have to find your part. And whenever you find your part and you have that line of demarcation, it gets longer and longer and longer, and you're like, oh gosh, I need to dye my hair again. Don't do it. Because it's not only that, but you're dyeing over the parts that have been dyed, and your hair starts to get dead. And over the summer when I didn't have school, I played with fun colors because my hair was longer, and I'd be like, oh, I really want fun colors and fashion colors. And it was bad because now my hair's pretty dead. So if you love your hair that much and you're committed to growing it out, don't grow it out and make it get dead. Grow it out and let it be healthy. So whenever you do play with fun colors and you get to a length that you like this for example, then you can start to play with more fashion colors because your hair's not dead, it's actually pretty healthy. So I don't know, you can go back to the salon and get like a fade or something so it blends perfectly, but yeah, it's not cute. And yeah, that's really all I had to deal with. I know there was a lot more, but I can't remember. But yeah, it was pretty interesting, like seeing how far I can go in a year, almost 2 years. But since I cut my hair all the time, I'm sure it would be a lot longer. But yeah, that's just my struggles with it, and also some interesting things I found about it. So yeah, bye.